yesterday we have discussed the topic linear magnification, in which you see that linear magnification is a so important physical quantity which describe the nature of image, that is how is image small or larger than object. Images will be real or virtual. Okay. Today we are discuss, but today we discuss the topic of refraction through a convex surfaces. It is from rare to denser medium, rare to denser medium, which is the initial stage of the lens maker formula. Then you try to understand these things, because without it you cannot explain the lens maker formula. Okay, so you think carefully. Suppose that convex surface, suppose that this is a convex surface, this type, this is the convex surface, and suppose that this line, this is the principal axis. Then all of you know that this is the convex surface which curvature, that means center of curvature lies in inner sides, that is this. Suppose that this lies in this way, which is known as suppose that C, and this is B. Here is denser medium. Denser matlab, denser means glass, denser medium, that means its refractive index is mu2. And here is rare medium, that means Air, which refractive index is mu1. This is x and y. This is aperture of the curvature. Let a point object be placed at this point. This is object O. Okay. Now we draw a line, light rays incident on the convex surface. To know about the direction of refraction, first of all we draw normal. This is the normal, because line drawn from the center to the curvature is always normal. That means this is normal. This is normal, and this is incident rays. The angle between incident rays and normal is always, you know, that is called angle of incidence. All of you know that if a light moving from rare to denser medium, then it always bend toward the normal. That means this is rare to denser. Therefore, this is bent toward the normal. This is normal, bent toward the normal. After refraction, it meet a point on the principal axis. On the principal axis, this point is known as point image of the point object. Let this makes angle alpha, and this image form angle beta gamma from the principal axis. Okay, this is beta. Okay, the angle between normal and refracted rays is called R, that is refracting angle. Okay. Let us suppose a name at this point. This point, suppose that this is AM. A. If we draw a perpendicular line on the principal axis, that point is called M. Okay. Now, all of you know that the light is refracted at point A. Therefore, you know about the Snell's law. So, according to Snell's law, you know that shine I, that means mu1 into shine I, थोड़ा सा डिस्प्लेस करके लिखते हैं, बड़ा हो रहा है. This is the sin I, mu1 into shine I is equal to mu2 into shine R. But all of you know that if I and R is very small, then we can write here sin I is equal to I. Therefore, it can be written as mu1 I is nearly equal to mu2 R, because I and R is very small. Very small. Okay. But from in figure we see that in figure OAC. In figure OAC we see that this angle is external angle. All of you know that about the triangles. In triangle, external angle is the sum of the two internal angles in front of the external angle. Okay, this is the external angle. In front of the external angle is alpha and gamma. Therefore, I is equal to alpha plus gamma. Okay, I is equal to I in triangle. कौन सा triangle है? OA and C. In triangle OAC, I is equal to gamma plus alpha. Gamma plus alpha. This is equation 1 and this is equation number 2. Okay. In triangle IAC, in triangle IAC, in triangle I A and C, this is in this triangle we see that this and this, yani R and gamma, beta is the interior angle and gamma is external angle. Therefore, gamma is equal to beta plus R. But we want to know about the R. Therefore, R is equal to gamma minus beta. Okay. In triangle, that means R is equal to gamma minus beta. This is third. From equation first, second and third. From equation first, second and third, we get what? Mu1 I, in the place of I we can write here gamma plus alpha. But in the place of R here gamma minus beta. This is mu 2 gamma minus beta. ओके हो अब हम लोग क्या करेंगे दिस इज फोर्थ इक्वेशन but from the figure we using trigonometric function that means alpha is nearly equal to tan alpha is equal to am upon what alpha am upon op am upon op and beta is nearly equal to tan beta. इसको हम लोग ऐसे भी कर सकते हैं OP की जगह पे हम लोग OM लिख लें या नियरली इक्वल टू इसको AM अपॉन OP कर सकते हैं. इन केस ऑफ बीटा AM अपॉन IM that means AM upon IB and gamma is equal to tan gamma which is equal to AM upon CM. This is equal to AM upon CP. Why we replace m by p? Because if we suppose that if alpha, beta and gamma is very small, in that case this m tends to move on p. That means if we place this point at this point, then this point moves toward p. Therefore we ignore the difference between m and p. From equation 4, mu 1 this is gamma is am upon cp plus alpha is am upon op mu 2 gamma that means am upon cp minus am upon beta that means ip. Am you can cancel the am, therefore we put here mu 1 upon cp plus mu 2 upon op is equal to only mu 1 upon op which is equal to mu 2 upon cp minus mu 2 upon ip. If we see that here is both sides cp, therefore we move this cp toward this side and this is toward this side, and we can write mu 2 upon ip plus mu 1 upon op, which is equal to in this case the mu 2 minus mu 1 upon cp. But from the figure we see that distances always measured from the poles, that is this distance is taken as minus of u and distance of image is taken as f of v. This is v and this is the distance, that is this is the r, radius of the curvatures. Therefore from this figure we can write here u2 upon ip is v, therefore we write here mu 2 upon v minus mu 1 upon mu Yeah, R is, and that means you can say R because here is only one term HS, therefore it is written as R. This is the refraction through the